Welcome on back, my beautiful peoples, to episode 8. I actually know the episode this time of the boys and their PCs. We're actually sticking to a good schedule, which is good. This is good.
Good.
It's very good.
And before we get into anything, as usual, I want to start off by saying we are 59 days and 20 hours away from Starfield.
Never heard of that game.
We are under 6 months. It's just crazy to me because I remember back in the day when we would joke around calling it Stardust and stuff because all they did was show us that CGI trailer of space in the title, which told us literally nothing about the game.
It's pretty awesome.
Dude, that's a trend that I'm getting really sick of. Like, I get that you have to please investors and whatnot. But
Dude, if it's a known IP, I'm cool with it. If it's an unknown IP, don't do that shit.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at. If it's a known IP, like they did the same thing for Elder Scrolls 6, and it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. We all know what Elder Scrolls is going to be. But like when it's a brand new IP, like one that I've been seeing talked about a lot is called Marathon, and it's by Bungie. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this.
Yeah, that was their first game before Halo. They made they made a Marathon, and I heard they're like rebooting it or something.
It's definitely a reboot because everything we've heard about it is they're coming after Tarkov. They're making their own extraction shooter. And
chasing trends.
That never ends well.
No, it doesn't. The first
Look at the
fucking
cycle.
Battlefield tried it, and Battlefield did shitty. Craig's right. Cycle tried it, and they had a bunch of problems, and they're literally tearing down their servers.
I'm just sick of live service games.
No, not nowadays.
Well, see, that's the
Companies need to
thing,
be
though.
original.
Is
It's
it's nowadays? I think me and Austin have talked about it before. It's damn near impossible to be original. Everything's already been done. I mean, you can tweak on formulas, but everything's been done. Like, I remember when Avatar came out, everybody was bitching that it was Pocahontas. It's like, what the fuck were they supposed to do?
You don't really have to do something new. You just have to do what sells well. And, if you make a good fucking game, people will buy it.
Eventually you get tired of that.
Yeah, and now that Battle Royale is a thing of the past, everybody's like, ooh, this Tarkov thing's starting to catch on a little bit. Let's hop on that train.
Why can't they just leave IPs like that was their idea? Yeah, it worked great. Sure, if you try and innovate, it might work, but it's still not your idea you're taking.
No, it's I'm all for innovation. Like, if it turns out well, it would be cool. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm never going to play the game. If it turns out it's a good extraction shooter, I'll probably check it out. But my issue with going back to my main point is that I'm really tired of them revealing new games like this and showing us a 30-second CGI trailer. Like, I have no idea what that is. And the game's like 4 or 5 years away anyway, so why are you even showing me this?
Probably just to please investors, honestly. Yeah, and to get people to pre-order it.
I think
because there are dumbasses
right.
that will pre-order it.
There's
so many people. There
absolutely is. There's probably huge Bungie fans that'll buy anything they put out.
Yeah.
Same to be said with every company.
Yeah, but I think you hit the nail on the head, Oz, that it's got to be an investor's thing. They have to show that their money is going towards something, but
that and probably pre-orders too. They're just hoping that people will buy the game, even though it could be like 3 or 4 years away.
And I guess the reason they're all CG trailers is, now that I'm thinking about it, it might even be our fault too, because there's been so many cases of games being shown off, and then when it comes out, it's nothing like that. What comes to mind is Watch Dogs back in the day, and then the original Division trailer. Like, they made these things look just insane, and then when the game finally came out, I was like, wait, what? This is it?
Yeah, it didn't even look fucking close.
So maybe it's our own fault that they're only doing CG trailers. So I wonder what the next trend that will cause is going to be, because I feel like most of the community is sharing our sentiments that we're sick and tired of seeing the CG trailers.
Yeah, I want to see real gameplay trailers. Come on.
Or at the very least, it's not even necessarily that I'm against CG trailers. I mean, I definitely prefer gameplay, but I want the trailer to somewhat show me what the game's about and what it's going to feel like.
Yeah.
Like the original Assassin's Creed trailers, they were some of the best. Like, they were basically 3-minute movies. They were awesome. Granted, the games didn't necessarily feel like those. Like, I think there was one where, I think it was for Revelations, where it showed Ezio taking on basically a whole army. And you never did that. But it was really cool. It looked cool. But yeah, that's really starting to irritate me, is all the CG trailers for things. It's gotten to the point where, like, back in the day, I say back in the day, but it's been like maybe 7-8 years, like E3 was always so exciting that time of the year because we'd see a bunch of gameplay demos. Like, I remember they even used to show off like full campaign missions in Call of Duty and stuff, and now that time of the year is just flooded with maybe a couple of gameplay trailers and all CG stuff.
Yeah. Gaming sucks right now.
Yeah, it's
They
probably
get you in the door, and then they underdeliver and overpromise.
it's probably at like the best and worst state it's ever been in.
Yeah, indie games are fucking killing it. It's just like AAAs or
Because they care about the
second
product and not just the money.
Yeah.
Crazy concept.
Well, and
Well, yeah,
I mean, they
that
don't
was-
even have a lot of the money. They're just putting all their time and effort into what they love doing.
I'm sick of live service games too, because like a lot of the times it's like they'll ship a game that's bare bones, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, don't worry, we're gonna add stuff later down the line. Be sure to check out the."
That's just it. They overpromise. They say, "Oh yeah, this is what we all have planned. This is everything
Yeah,
we want."
like Halo Infinite got infection. Fucking like it just got infection. I don't know, like in season 4 or 5. Just like cool, but no one's fucking playing the game anymore.
Yeah, so
Like, I
too
heard
late.
It's
Too
like
little,
under
too
1,000 players. It's like, dude, just abandon the game. You fucked up. You didn't make a good Halo game.
I've heard
Like it's so easy to make a good Halo game. Like people just want like Halo 3 multiplayer with like Halo Reach's armor customization. That's really it. It's really not that fucking hard. They just want like more Halo with better graphics, and it's like you already have the blueprint on how to make it, but it's just like, you know, developers, they're like, well, what if we do this, and what if we blah blah blah, and it's like, no.
That's what I was talking to Michael the other day about. That is, the innovation isn't a bad thing, but there's so many scenarios, like so many games over the years have been trying to kill Call of Duty, and this latest X-Defiant one, I played the beta and it's not fun, and it has like a mix of Call of Duty and then some hero abilities, and then there's no kill streaks. And I was telling Michael, I was like, if you really want to kill Call of Duty, copy and paste Call of Duty, and you know, that's really all you got to do. We don't want some crazy new system or innovations or anything like that. Most of the community right now likes Call of Duty. We just don't like skill-based matchmaking because it prioritizes skill level over internet, and it's not fun. So if you want to kill Call of Duty, copy and paste Call of Duty, give it a different name, and take out skill-based matchmaking.
There's a distinction. You need to copy and paste good Call of Duties.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not saying copy and paste Advanced Warfare, which actually, ironically, now that we're getting all these, this is the era of space games, I think Advanced Warfare would probably do really well now compared to when it came out originally.
Yeah, probably.
I went back and replayed it recently, just the campaign. Holy shit. That is one of the
Advanced or Infinite Warfare.
Infinite, not Advanced.
Yeah,
that was
Infinite
one of
Warfare,
the best Call of Duty campaigns I have ever played.
Yeah, and it's really funny because that Call of Duty was so hated. I never bought it because I was just like, multiplayer.
I think
looks stupid.
to this day, it's still like the most disliked trailer ever on YouTube.
Yeah, but the campaign was actually pretty fucking good. I tried
it was
because I heard it was
fire.
good, and And I got it like for $5 on Steam one time, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, I ended up like playing a good chunk of it. I was like, oh fuck, this is actually a lot of fun.
And the cast, dude, they had Jon Snow, and there was like 3 other guys that I'm not going to remember their names, but they were all like really big actors. I was like, holy shit. It was awesome. But yeah, so yeah, that's the same thing with Halo. I've heard rumors that 343 might even be losing the rights to make Halo, and
they should.
I honestly I think they should.
I think they should hand it to id. I think id should take a crack at it.
That would be sick, dude.
They fucking know how to make they literally they created the genre of first person shooters. But I think they should have id, and they should get I believe it was Hardy LaBelle was the dude who originally designed Halo. And according to Hardy LaBelle, he said the way he designed Halo was supposed to be a first person shooter party game that you could like, you know, hop into multiplayer with your friends, do all sorts of crazy shit. It wasn't supposed to be competitive. It was just supposed to be a fun fucking multiplayer game, kind of like just like a party game, but with guns where you can shoot and kill each other. It was just supposed to be fun.
That makes sense, because any, if at all, fond memories I have of Halo are just fucking around with my friends.
Yeah, exactly. The funnest you've had in Halo was playing with your friends. That's what makes it, you know.
Or back in the
better.
day, playing split screen Halo 2 campaign with my buddy in his garage.
Split screen, and they 343 like couldn't figure out how to put in split screen into Halo Infinite, even though players figured out how to glitch into it. 343 was like, yeah, we just can't figure it out, and it's
that's total bullshit. They just didn't want to put the time and effort into it.
You just then they need to be fucking that studio should just be dismantled completely.
I don't know about dismantled. I think maybe it would be
from the
they could
what they've done
do
is
their own thing, just not Halo.
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
I don't mean like for the developers to be fired.
Death to the developers!
But just move them somewhere else into Microsoft.
I mean, I'll get my pitchfork.
That's right.
I have some whiteboard and some big black markers. We could get some stuff going.
I'll put on a spooky ghost mask and stand outside of their office at night. But so they see me, I'll get a cross and I'll light it on fire, and I'll be like, "Ooh, spooky ghost!"
That's an idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh,
I feel like it would definitely get some attention.
I don't think you're
wrong. Be the wrong kind of attention, though.
That would definitely.
Well, I mean, nowadays any attention is good attention.
Outside of 343 offices?
Question
This
mark.
footage captures a spooky ghost outside of 343's office.
Well, what kind of ghost are you going to be? Are you going to have eye holes?
Yeah, probably eye holes.
Are you gonna be one of like the pointy hat ghosts, or?
I'll probably have a southern accent just because it feels right, you know, for that whole character.
Maybe a Bible in your left hand.
Yeah, there you go.
And I shouldn't be educated at all. I should have fucking.
There should be an American flag on your back too.
Yeah, no, a Confederate flag.
I was gonna say
there you go.
Yeah, both.
Maybe both. There's an idea.
Yeah, both of them. And then I don't know, be burning a Jewish flag or something.
So yeah, this video game podcast really took a dark turn there. Not gonna lie. I'll be the one to say it.
Well,
this is what makes the podcast spicy. That's what's going to draw.
Yeah,
viewers.
You gotta have a little spice to life. Otherwise, are you really
draw on
living?
a certain type of viewers?
Right. Well, yeah, you don't want to steer too hard into the skid.
Maybe we'll be big in the South. You never know.
Well, I'm out.
Ooh.
You gotta get money from somewhere.
You know, I actually think owning black people is kind of not cool, actually. I don't think we should do that.
I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I was waiting
Your
at the bleep
girlfriend's
button.
southern, so maybe she converted you. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if I was from the South, I'd probably think
Not really sure that's PC,
well, you know,
buddy.
indoctrination is a thing.
it's true. Fucking
That's a big word Jake doesn't understand.
PC.
yeah. It's okay.
No, doxer.
Indoctrination? You drink the Kool-Aid. You join the cult.
Yeah,
Jim Jones knew what he was talking about.
You believe in Christ now, that sort of shit.
You can find those tapes online of them like actively giving out cyanide to everyone. You hear like it's pretty fucked up because you hear like kids screaming, but like I don't know if it was the audio or what, but the dude giving the sermon just sounded so fucked up, and then he was just like and
slurring.
I will give him, he was a trooper because that dude took cyanide, which makes you have like uncontrollable muscle spasms. Like I've heard for some people, you'll literally snap in half the other way.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't. It's not instant unless it's like a really high amount.
It's a poison that makes your muscles fucking contract uncontrollably. Like there's people that will snap in half backwards sometimes because it's so fucking intense.
But really fast. Yeah.
That motherfucker though, he gave his speech and then he was like, and then I just heard plop. And then the weirdest part is it's just dead silent. It's just like everyone was fucking screaming and then dead fucking silent.
And then you know what happened, so it's like, oh.
It's like, oh man, they're all fucking dead.
Jesus. You know, speaking of Kool-Aid, I have been feeling very spiritual lately. Have you guys heard the good word?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Exactly! Praise be.
Speaking of the good word, there was a fucking pamphlet in the fence of my door, and I thought it was like, because occasionally they drop off like a rent receipt saying like, oh, you paid the rent, like it's all good or whatever. Right. But it was a fucking pamphlet on how to find God.
Oh, God.
And
did you pursue?
I was like, ah, and I started to read it, and Kat ripped it out of my hands, and she fucking tore it to pieces. I was like, oh, okay, because I'm the type of person, I don't believe in that stuff, but I 100% stand behind the Constitution. This country believes in freedom of religion. That means whatever the fuck you want, I 100% support it. I as long as you don't push it on other fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, really fucking push it.
They
like,
always want to force it. Theirs is right.
Well, I mean, not everyone, but most of them. I'd say like 70% of them are that way. But like, but occasionally, like, Mormons will come by and I'll talk to them. I'll be like, so what is it you guys believe in? And I'll tell you, I've had like 5 or 6 different Mormons tell me what they believe in. They've all told me the same story. Couldn't fucking tell you what it is. I was like, so Jesus was a white guy in America? I was like, how does that work out?
Well, and I don't believe in any of it, but one thing I will say, and I hope
I find it fascinating.
I was gonna say, like, I've actually read the Bible and watched shows because it's a cool story.
Well,
I don't believe it, but it's cool.
I always read the little pamphlets, and I'm like, oh, so that's what they believe in, and I'm like, well, that's fucking gay, but if it works for you, bud, it works for you.
I put my sign down, Ost.
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
So,
but yeah,
to segue into more gaming stuff, what are you guys playing? I heard Sign, so I know that means Elden Ring.
We've been playing Elden Ring, and BattleBit, man. That's all.
That's pretty good. I really like BattleBit, but I can't play it.
Probably because you have horrible taste.
No, it has nothing to do with the game. I think the game's fucking awesome, and I love playing it. It gives me motion sickness.
I just don't see how that's possible.
The only way
I can think. Have you cranked up your FOV?
Yes, I looked up online. Apparently, there's a lot of people on Steam that are having the same issue. The best way I can describe it is, for example, when you're in a building, you're going down a long hall. It doesn't feel like I'm moving because everything's one block and one solid color. And for some reason, that makes me sick as shit, dude. That first night we played it, and then I played it again the next day, and for 2 days, dude, every time I tried to go to sleep, I was dizzy. Like, it made me really sick to play it, which sucks, because I really do enjoy the game, and I think it's awesome. And the devs did say they're trying to work on some things and tweak some things around.
Like that.
Yeah, because I literally can't play it as much as I really want to.
I remember my dad would always get motion sick, but the only thing that made me motion sick is like spinning around. That shit would get me sick.
That's why I don't understand, because I play so many FPS games that are super fast paced and all that. So you would think that kind of stuff would get me motion sick, but no, apparently it's just, it feels like I'm moving but not moving at the same time in the game. It's really weird. I can't describe it. But yeah, I physically can't play it.
remember one time my dad had this little chair that you could like. It's like, a little like lazy boy, but you could spin around in it really fast. And he didn't really have a lot, so the entertainment as a kid was like me spinning around in the chair. And he spun me around so much, and I had such a good time. And then I projectile vomited all over his fucking floor.
That's what you get.
That was, oh my god!
I could just imagine him looking down and going, "Oh well, when you play with fire."
It was a good time, but man, holy shit! If I spin around, I'll just puke. Right in the ass.
What about you, Michael? I know you said BattleBit, but are you still doing your chivalrous?
Still being chivalrous.
How many hours do you have in that game now?
120, I think.
There's
Oh,
no way it's that little.
Yeah,
Those are rookie numbers, dude. You got to pump those numbers up.
You're like,
see.
you're
might
like
be 200. I don't know now.
I would say it's got to be closer to 4 at this point.
No, it's not even anywhere near that. 198.
Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna guess like about 200.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
right.
It feels longer. Because, I mean, you've
I
been
don't play games
playing
that
off
much.
and
I just
on
play them
for
on the
like...
weekends.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You're not like me, where I play games for 6 hours
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, you're obsessive and don't have a job like the rest of us.
This is true. I mean, technically
you
I
do
do.
now,
I just
yeah.
don't. I haven't actually worked at it yet.
Well, what the fuck, man?
Well,
Yeah.
if I go there and you're working there, I better get a fucking free Crunchwrap Supreme, or I'll fucking bite your tits off.
I almost don't even get free food.
Tits are coming off.
Oh,
Well,
man.
it sounds like.
Damn.
But you may be surprised to hear what I've been playing lately, which I have played, let me check. In the last 3 days, I have played 52 hours
Oh my god.
of The Division 2.
What? 52 hours in the last 3 days?
Yep.
How is that?
Well, I'm not really sleeping. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that is a disgusting lack of sleep.
Yeah, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude.
But oh my god, dude. It is so much fun. It brings back the feeling I got when we played the original one back in the day. The only reason I even booted it up to try it was because I saw a video that they just started the first season of a whole year of content that they're bringing. They're bringing another mini expansion. There's going to be another New York map. There's several different modes that they added since you and I played it last, Ost. And they changed. It's basically like a whole new game. And so I've been playing it and just... I can't describe it, dude. This is the most fun I've had playing a looter shooter since the first Division.
I still can't get over the fact that you put 52 hours into a video game in 3 days.
Healthy.
I very much enjoy games. Like, if we weren't doing the podcast right
Tell
now,
your
I'd be
therapist that you
playing.
did that and see what they say.
I can't afford a therapist right now.
You
should
should
really
talk about you get benefits.
You should really go touch grass.
Taco
bud.
Bell with benefit. Really?
They do. Yeah, they have benefits.
I was outside quite a bit
wow.
today. I woke up at 6:30, and then I went to Dana's house to see.
Why?
I was out of juice, and he said he had a bunch of poop juice he didn't want, so I went to pick up juice, and I hung out there for a little while to catch up, and then I went to my mom's for dinner, and now I'm here.
Well,
So you're saying you were gone all day?
For me, yeah, I was gone for a couple hours.
Oh wait, you woke up at 6:30 p.m. I was
Yeah,
6:30.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
that
PM.
So
Oh, okay.
quite a while
Yeah,
is
I went
3
to
hours,
bed at
2.5
like
hours,
noon.
3 hours.
I went to
outside
bed
a
at
lot.
like noon.
Jesus, Jake.
Yeah, the last
Die
few
of a
days
heart
I
attack or
like.
something.
No, I feel great.
Careful, Jake. This is going to turn into an intervention real quick.
I woke up. My routine for the last few days is wake up like super late, around 7, hop on Division 2, play it until about 8 in the morning, and then like go to sleep at like noon.
Wow. If I did that, I think I would legit like consider suicide.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it.
I couldn't handle that.
Well, me personally, I've been really enjoying myself, but that's only because of how much fun the Division 2 is right now. It is really good.
Good Lord, 52 hours. You know, what's the world record?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's over 72.
I could probably catch it if I tried.
No, dude, the Koreans. I forgot about the Koreans. Yeah, dude, those dudes will like die at a computer. they'll be sitting in their own shit.
Yeah, see, I do play a lot of video games, but they're definitely like, you know, like any human being. At a certain point, I do start to feel like shit, and then I get off. I, you know, walk around. Sometimes I'll do some push-ups or something, take a shower.
You don't like shit in a bucket, do you? If you start shitting in a bucket, I will break into your house and I will power wash you and your PC.
Joke's on you. I'll throw the bucket at you.
No, we're dumping it on you already.
I got a fucking power washer. I'll blast my skin off.
No, I don't do anything that excessive. I have noticed though that when I get super into gaming like that I treat soda like I do my vape, and I go through soda like nothing, dude. The other day I bought a 12-pack at like noon. And
it's not even days, it's hours.
It was gone before I woke up the next day.
Oh no.
My brain didn't even process that I was drinking it.
As soon as you have some money, you should really go to the doctor and get a physical or checkup. See what they say. Yeah, just get a physical.
It's impressive, but damn.
No, the last few times that I've gone to get checkups, they all like every single time they always like, yeah, you're totally normal. Everything's good.
Yeah, you should get some blood work done.
I have.
Yeah.
I got blood work a few years ago because I was.
They only do blood work for specific things, but you might be able to request something general.
Okay,
man, because I don't know how you're alive. Because I would literally, if I drank that much soda, I would be like vomiting. I cannot do that. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite. I get sick if I go periods of time without it.
Probably because you're addicted to aspartame.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Addiction to it.
Well, there's why. Wow.
Wow, he killed your ass.
He really, yeah, okay, cool.
But yeah, so just like I was talking about Battlefield, get ready to hear about The Division nonstop, because that's all I'm going to be playing for a while. And
clearly,
once I get comfortable enough, I might even buy it for some of you guys, because it is a good time.
Well, you know, that might be a waste of money, but go for it, but...
I think you have it, don't you, Aust?
Yeah, you bought it for me.
Oh, that's right. A long time ago when we wanted to play through it, I bought that and the DLC for you.
So I played it and I was like, well, it's more of The Division. And then I stopped playing it.
Well, that's just it. Same thing. Slap a new title on it.
We were just saying earlier, though, that that's what we want out of games. Like with Halo, we just want like the same thing.
Yeah,
well,
but...
you can't please everyone.
More of like it's just I'm sick of fucking live service games, man.
I am too.
Like that's why like even like as much as I love Diablo 4, like they announced the season changes and it's like I have to relearn everything, like all the builds and shit. It's like, dude, I don't want to fucking do that.
Luckily, from what I've seen from the Division, there's not a bunch of. I mean, they did change things like a year or so ago, but ever since then, all they've been doing is adding content. And the really cool thing is their season pass stuff is free. You don't have to pay for it.
I'll probably give it a shot at some point, but it'll be by the time you played it to death and don't want to play it anymore. And then I'll be like, hey, Jake, you should come play
honestly, I don't know if I'm going to, because this year of content sounds awesome. And they have a system in the game now where once you reach max level, you start leveling up your watch level, and that is infinite. I think my watch level is like 40 something, but I was playing the other day with a guy whose watch level is above 6,000, and every time you go up a watch level, it increases your health and your stats. So it's like there's always something to do now. Plus, there's all those new game modes, and there's also... They have a thing now where there's a couple game modes where you can target your own loot. Like you push H and then it brings up a key of all the gear sets in the game, every type of weapon, and all the named gear sets. And you can select whichever gear you're specifically trying to grind for. And every single drop you get is going to be of that type. So even like getting the kind of build you want is easy now and doesn't take that long.
Good lord.
Dude,
And
this guy hits hard.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm honestly, as soon as I'm done with this podcast, I'm booting it back up because I've been having such a blast playing that game.
Man, you should just start live streaming at this point if you're playing it that much.
I was gonna start it not too long ago, but I realized
You can do it on YouTube too. Don't do Twitch. I've heard Twitch is a hellscape now.
I think I am gonna do it on YouTube, but
Cool.
the only reason I haven't is I need to figure out my desk situation. Because my desk is fine, but it's not big enough for another monitor, even though I have that old one that I gave you, that you gave back to me. And I need some sort of second screen so I can have like the chat and all that stuff up and see my overlays and stuff. Like that's the only thing I require, and I have all the stuff here for it. I just need to figure out a way to move things around on my desk to have it set up, and I don't know that this desk is going to be big enough to do that. Because even my TV, it's right next to my desk, and it's on a table, but half of my TV is on the desk because that table isn't big enough. So unless I want to take my TV off and on a table every time I want to stream, which isn't that big of a hassle, but it's still going to be really annoying to set up every time I want to stream. So I will do it at some point. I do want to start streaming because my PC could definitely handle it.
Well, yeah, so could your internet. Good God, man.
Yeah, 1,000 megabits a second. You're goddamn right it could handle it. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. Division. Ye old good days of dividing to.
Craig, what are you playing?
This new game called Elden Ring.
Is that the one with the fat old man that wrote the story?
I think it's that guy that sells shower curtain rings.
Yeah. Oh, John Candy.
Yeah. He came back.
Yeah, he came back from the dead just to make this game.
That's actually something else I wanted to talk about was Elden Ring, because I'm still very irritated that they're going to have a whole new game come out before the goddamn DLC comes out for the game.
Bold of you to assume I've been there, bud.
Oh.
I'll just run up that road.
Let's meet at the city.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
meet you in the city. But yeah, I just really want the fucking Elden Ring DLC so bad.
Yeah, because I've played, I don't know how many times you guys have played, but I've played New Game Plus like 4 times now.
Yeah, we're on our 4th playthrough right now. It's really easy so far.
Sorry.
Fucking took a hit about it. No. Hey, earlier, for the record, 5 people that listen to this, he took a dab pen hit through his nose. So
oh my god.
Michael is a true trooper. He is an absolute fucking Sigma male.
That sounds horrible.
All the women on the earth should want to fuck his brains out right now. That is the most, like, how does that not just make the pussy instantly wet?
Did it burn really bad?
I stubbed my toe.
No, it feels good.
No.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have over 320 hours in Elden Ring. It is literally my most played game on Steam.
I'm not sure. I think mine is probably less, but it's not accurate because when I played through it the first time, I did like it said the Steam sync cloud wasn't working or something, and stupidly I said, okay, resync it, and I lost like 40 hours. Well, yeah, hey, I'm not even at, I'm only like just barely above 200 hours.
At least you're not like Craig, where we tried to do the mod and he accidentally deleted his character.
Yeah, that would be
the wrong save file
infuriating.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled.
Yeah.
I think if I'm looking through Steam, I think still the highest playtime I have is probably going to be, Red Dead, 212 hours.
Well, that's not accurate to how much time you've played it, because you played it on the PS4 and then don't you have it on Epic?
I don't think so. I have GTA.
Well, because I remember
on
I thought it was an Epic exclusive.
The multiplayer was at one point. Like when they first launched the multiplayer separately, it was on Epic before it was on Steam.
But yeah,
you're right. probably have more time than that on PS4 because that's where we played most of our online sessions.
Fucking Turbojet PS4.
And I think most of this playtime is probably from online too. Like, because I don't think I've ever completed the campaign fully a second time.
Yeah, that game for the campaign was more of a one and done. It was more of the multiplayer
Which I don't understand either, because I still think it's one of the best games I've ever played, if not the best. So why can't I finish it a second time?
There was this dude. He like uploads once every 6 months, but it's really good videos. There's this YouTuber called Nakey Jakey, and he did a really good video called Rockstar's game design is outdated, and he goes into like a lot of it just you should check out the video because it made a lot of sense, and I was like, it kind of like made sense for me why I don't want to go back and play it again.
I think it didn't help that the first time I played it, I literally did every single possible thing you could do. So if I play it again, there's zero surprise. And it's a really long game, so...
The multiplayer, though, it had good potential. They just didn't support it enough, because I totally love the idea of just, like, one of my favorite things to do in that game was just hunt. Like, hunt or fish, and then, like, get that hunter's cart, fill it up with a bunch of animal skins, and then go sell it for a little bit of money. Like, that shit was just fun, dude.
It was. I did really enjoy that.
And I remember when we would hunt, it was like awful on PS4 because like no animals would spawn in.
Yeah, and then we got it on PC and we were like, holy shit!
It was like there was fucking deer running through the town, and it's like, oh are you serious?
Yes, we got to kill all these animals.
Part of me, why are we fighting these guys?
Don't you say it! I swear to God, I will absolutely start playing Red Dead Online again.
I might re-download it.
That'd be cool to do the poker. The poker.
I actually have it.
Yeah, that was so much fucking fun.
We had this plan where every Friday night we were gonna get drinks and we were gonna play poker in Red Dead Online. We did the first time we played poker. We said we were gonna do it, and then we never did. We were all very stoned and drunk that
You heard it here, liberal media. That's a lie.
Goddamn liberal media. I actually have Red Dead 2 always installed because occasionally I boot it up just to like walk through the world. Because even now, like it is still one of, if not the most beautiful game I've ever played.
I've never played it on my new monitor either. So yeah, I might re-download it. How big is it? Oh no,
it's pretty big.
I knew I should have healed.
It's 120 gigabytes.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was like 220 or something.
Oh, I don't have it installed. Oh well, it'll take 3 minutes.
I do have it installed, I think, actually.
I would re-download that.
Oh my God. I swear, you guys just hate me. As soon as Austin's on board with something, everybody jumps on the train. But when Jake wants to do something, you guys are all, shut up, Jake. I don't want to hear your mouth.
In about 6 months, in about 6 months' time, I'll tell you, hey, I want to play the Division 2, and you'll be burnt out on it by that point.
I will not. I swear to you.
Do that. You go on your like little...
Don't you bring it here. You guys are the ones with the short attention spans.
Because we don't fucking put 52 hours in a video game in like 3 days. That's kind of a you thing, but
yeah, but when we do play stuff, you guys play it for a day or two and then you stop. But I'll keep playing it for several weeks, and then eventually I stop playing it because I get bored playing it by myself.
To me, it depends on the quality of the game, because these modern games aren't very good.
I'm gonna download it, but I'm not gonna play with you. I'm only gonna play.
I don't think that's gonna happen with Division though, because I just joined a pretty poppin' Discord for it. Actually, there's a lot of people on there, and I've been playing with people every day.
Discord, you know which game I've actually been thinking about re-downloading because I keep seeing new mods come out for it all the fucking time.
What's that?
Stalker Anomaly.
I have been seeing more Stalker videos.
Oh my God! I have Escape from Pripyat, which makes it like
that's
almost
like an old one.
No, Escape from Pripyat is it's a mod for Anomaly. It's not like it's sort of kind of like Escape from Tarkov, where in a sense it has like its mag system. It doesn't make it like Tarkov. It just kind of like takes some inspirations where you have to put your mags on your tac rig. You have to load each magazine. Because usually Stalker wasn't like that way. It's just, you had a gun, you had bullets, you reloaded, whenever you needed to. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And now I'm seeing fucking graphics mods for it that are like making it almost look like Stalker 2. And it's like, oh my god, I might have to re-download it. That game is so fucking good, and the best part about that game is it's fucking free. It's a free-to-play game that doesn't have any of the free-to-play bullshit. It's like a game you could sink like hundreds of hours into. It's got one of the best fucking like world atmospheres ever. I still get terrified in that game, like exploring the underground labs. Oh my god.
It's not surprising given the current world situation, but I'm just now realizing that at Summer Games Fest we got no Stalker 2 updates. And like I said, I'm not surprised, but
I heard some I heard shitty things too, that a lot of the developers have actually died because a lot of them went to go fight. And like one of the main heads that made the original Stalker and the Metro, I think it was the game designer or something, he fucking died. But what's fucking crazy to me, just think about this. Like, you think game developers, right? They're, I don't want to stereotype, but a lot of them are fucking nerds.
Yeah, these dudes, somebody who pick up guns and go to war for their country.
These are dudes who have been computer developers, and they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll go to basic training and start shooting at fucking Russians. Like, what absolute fucking chads, like, goddamn.
Those are the kind of developers we don't deserve.
Yeah, and like I even made a comment on one of the Stalker subreddits where we were talking about Stalker 2, and I was just saying, like, basically, like, I didn't think the game was even going to come out, because I was just like, dude, they're in fucking war zone right now. Like, I don't blame them if they want to just abandon the project entirely. I would, you know what I mean? And then the actual developers replied to me on the subreddit, and they were basically saying, like, he basically said, we may not update a lot, but believe me, we're working very hard on this game, and we are going to see this through. And I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. The developer actually replied to something I said on Reddit.
That is really cool.
And then not too long after that, we got the first actual official gameplay. That for me was like, okay, so it is this might actually come out.
Yeah.
I just don't the graphics from what they showed off, unless it's really well optimized, I don't see how the fuck that's going to run on the Series S console.
Yeah, we'll have to
see. Like, Microsoft should just discontinue the Series S, man. Just make your fucking console that's really powerful, because I don't understand that, because then developers, like, they're like, oh, Microsoft will go to them and be like, well, you have to make your game optimized for Series X and S. And it's like, okay, so they have the same processor. They have similar SSDs, one's just smaller, but the Series X has a way more powerful graphics card, and I think like more RAM or something. I'm not sure. But like, it's like, why the fuck would you do that? That's so stupid. Like, because now developers have to essentially bottleneck their games, because Stalker 2 is going to have to be able to run on a Series S. Yeah. It's like, if it didn't have that requirement, it could look even better, and it could be optimized even better, because they'd only have to develop it for the Series X and a PC. And PC is not hard to optimize for. People are just fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's based on what kind of ports we've got in the last years, you would think it is, but it's not.
Well, no, it's just people. No, people are incompetent and they don't want to do their fucking jobs right. It is not that hard.
Well, and if we're being honest, consoles is where the money is made.
Yeah, the consoles is where the money's made, but it's not. It's really easy to have games running really smoothly on PC. I mean, people have been doing it for fucking years, and all graphics cards, regardless of whether it's AMD or NVIDIA, they all use DirectX lighting, which is like the main thing that the graphics cards use to make the games, look pretty, like the way they do. Now DirectX 12 is like the new thing, but it's still like kind of in beta. But yeah, it's like, cause indie developers, like the one game I was playing, Trepang, looks fucking amazing. It was made by 2 people, runs fucking smooth as butter. Like on the second lowest, highest settings, I usually average like 120 to 140 frames. If it gets really intense, the lowest I've seen it drop to is like 80. Like that's as low as it goes, is 80. And that was made by 2 people, and it looks fucking gorgeous.
It does. I will eventually get that because it looks amazing.
I just haven't had time to finish it just with work and stuff like that. But
right,
yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's fucking and yeah, like that game looks fucking great and runs great and was made by 2 people. So it's like they can make good PC ports. They just choose not to, or they're
I think it's gonna be
fucking retarded.
It's kind of somewhat off topic, but regarding PC ports and just game launches in general, I think Starfield coming out, that's going to be a big make or break deal for Bethesda. I mean, being completely honest, Microsoft, even if it flops,
it's going to be a big make or break for Xbox and Microsoft because they need to fucking win.
Like Bethesda's going to be fine. Bethesda makes so much money that they could afford a flop.
Even if it's a glitchy, fucking awful mess that crashes a million times, it's still gonna sell like fucking hotcakes.
Oh, it absolutely was. I'm still gonna buy the $100 version, even though it's probably gonna launch in a bad state.
They've already made the money they want to make from pre-orders, pretty much. I mean,
probably.
They probably haven't hit their target.
I know all of the special editions are completely sold out.
I heard that. Like almost within like an hour of those going live, probably less than an hour, those were already sold out. And those were how much? Like 140?
No, I think they were 300.
Fuck my pussy.
If I had the money, I would have bought one.
That the one that comes?
Comes with a watch and a steel case with a code in it.
Yeah, see, I don't want that, but I do want their controller. That controller.
I was really just about to say, I bet you even the headset and controllers are going to be hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, hopefully they made a lot of them because it's not like it was an elite controller. I think it was just the basic Xbox controller, the standard one.
It might have been. Yeah, I don't think it was like the super, $200 one or whatever they have. But kind of in relation to Stalker, Tarkov just got one of his most significant patches in recent history.
Oh, did he make the game fun, finally?
No. The game's always been fun. It just has a lot of things that happen that make some parts of it not fun. Now, we all hate on Tarkov plenty, but there's nothing like it. So, but anyway...
if you actually go out to the dumpster, that's pretty similar to Tarkov.
Jesus Christ. You're just upset because the last few times we've tried to play, it won't let you play.
Yeah, it's probably because even my computer's like, nah, man.
It's probably because you can't play the game he paid for. You're right.
Yeah, I paid $140.
I'm definitely not as excited to play the game as I used to be, but I'm still very excited for when Arena eventually comes out.
I will try it when Arena comes out, and I think I figured out too because for
it's
whatever
the Wi-Fi
reason,
thing, right?
Yeah, but I got a new router, and that has fixed all the weird internet issues my PC had when I first built it. Because originally I thought the motherboard was faulty, but yeah, I got a new router, and now when I connect via LAN cable. Like, I'm downloading Red Dead 2 at 40 megabytes a second, which for me is, like, way faster than it ever has been. So it'd probably work now, but...
Well, maybe we'll give it another try when Wipe comes, which everybody thought this was going to be a wipe because we're right around the 6-month mark, which is usually when they wipe. But this did not have a wipe. I know you guys haven't been playing recently. Off and on, I play with one of my other Tarkov buddies because they've been having a lot of... fun events recently. Like there was 100% cultist spawn. There just last week there was 100% boss spawns on all maps, so every single map had all the bosses on it in different locations.
Well, the last time I played, I remember it was some pre-wipe event where we were going into factory with nothing but raiders.
Yeah, I really like those ones.
That was really fucking
but
cool.
Yeah,
once I think we had 6 people or something, or 5, so we like pretty much dominated the map.
They really stepped up on the events this year because there was those ones that I talked about. There was also one where airdrops would come in every 5 seconds, like the whole raid would just be the airdrop sound, and inside of them would be the weapon cases, but they would be sealed. and you would have to extract with them. You wouldn't be able to see what's inside of them until you get out of the raid. And when you would open them, they would be like meta weapons, or like some people would get the grenade launcher with a bunch of good grenade launcher rounds. Yeah, like there's been some really fun events as of recently, but we're not quite at pre-wipe yet. But the patch that they released was part of their roadmap for this year, which is the first time they've ever really done a roadmap, so that was pretty cool. But here's a quick rundown of most of the changes. The key goal of the update was to fundamentally change the architecture of player display and synchronization on the client and their connection to the server. The goals that were achieved, air quotes, are increase the number of network entities into the raid on Streets of Tarkov. In the future, changes are possible on other locations as well. I don't know if it's confirmed, but the rumor around that was that including scavs and whatnot, they're trying to get up to 60 things in Streets of Tarkov at once. They improved the hit registration accuracy. They increased the accuracy of positioning and position matching of players on the server and the client. Who did we lose? Craig.
I don't know.
We lost Craig. I started talking about Tarkov, and he's like...
No, it's probably because he's downloading. His Discord glitches out when he downloads something.
Okay. They reduce the chance of desync within the server. If that's true, and the hit reg and the player positioning, if all those are true, this is already the best update the game has ever received. They tweaked network traffic optimization, like they say in every single patch note. Memory consumption optimization, which, you know, I never really believe because it's always had a memory leak issue. Major update to Oculus Specializer, which is like the newer audio, and people have been saying it's just been weird, and supposedly they made more tweaks to it.
Audio right.
Well, this last wipe introduced a whole new audio system.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's called, it used to be Steam Audio, and they couldn't get that working, so now they're doing Oculus Audio. And when it works, it is a very good, much improved audio system.
I started with that, and I had to turn it off because it was so horrible.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems, like the binaural audio, like if you had that setting on, you'd lose frames. That was fixed a long time ago, but there's still... What we've been experiencing lately is, like, especially on multiple floors, like the audio is just weird. But supposedly they've fixed it, and I did see a video. It's not 100% fixed, and it's not on all maps, but there is major improvements. Like, I saw a video of a guy on Shoreline in the glass hallways, and he would shoot out one of the glass hallway, or one of the panes of glass, standing outside, and he'd have his buddy walk through the hallway, and every time he passed that open barrier, it was a big difference. Like, you could physically tell if you weren't looking where that guy was, and so it is improving. And they adjusted some weapon sounds. They adjusted the interior reverb sounds of the character, and when you're wearing active headsets, they did some miscellaneous balancing changes. They reduced the damage to blacked out limbs by 30%, which is a big deal, because if you have a blacked out limb and you take damage there, it's basically like an insta-kill. So taking away that by 30% is a big deal, which means no more leg meta, which is another big deal. And then they slightly increased blunt damage and reworked the bot spawn system in practice mode. And then there's a bunch of other list of random fixes, but I don't think that's really worth listing off all those. It's just those major things like the hit reg, the network, the connection of the client and where people are. So hopefully it means there will be a lot less of, how did that guy see me? I was in cover, blah, blah, blah. I swear to God, I hit that guy like 12 times. It says I shot him twice. So I haven't been paying attention to people that upload on Tarkov as much, because I just don't. If I'm not playing it, I'm not really consuming content on it, really. But all in all, if all this stuff is actually accurate and it works, that is probably one of the best patches the game has ever received.
So I got to do that patch at the. Is that already in the game?
Yes, that was
That's
introduced
cool.
like 2 days ago, I believe.
Nice. Yeah, I might have to re-download it and give it a shot at some point.
Yeah, I still play it every once in a while with my other Tarkov buddy, because that's like all he plays, but I probably won't really start playing it again until wipe, because I pretty much reached most of my goals that I wanted for this wipe, and even now I've been losing so much money on my characters, so my characters got enough to like buy some kits and pretty much do whatever I want, but I'm kind of waiting until pre-wipe where we have like crazy events happening every day. Then I'll probably get back into the swing of it so I'm on my game when wipe hits, and then I'll probably play the crap out of wipe like usual.
Sometimes you just gotta wipe.
That's very true. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in gaming lately.
Fucking pog.
Some fun stuff. I'm sure Craig would be just as excited if his internet didn't poop out. I still am going to maintain he just didn't want to hear about Tarkov, which is fine.
He's bouncing up and down in his chair in excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got for you. We'll catch you in the next one.
Pretty fucking pog.